Beloved, greetings to you in Yahushua Messiah, and I want to tell you I love you. Even if you don't care, even if you don't listen, don't read, don't listen the word, I'm no one. You don't have to feel bad. I tell you, I'm no one. I'm only the vessel and a servant of the Most High. I'm no one. You don't have to feel bad if you don't hear me. It's your responsibility. We all have a free will. Yahuwah doesn't force anyone to do anything. He asks you to choose life, not to choose death. Anyway, I'm reading for you chapter Ezekiel chapter 36. And you, son of man, prophesy to the mountains of Israel. And you shall say, O mountains of Israel, bear the word of Yahuwah. Thus said Adonai Yahuwah, because the enemy has said of you, Aha, the heights of old have become our possession. Therefore prophesy, and ye shall say, Thus said Adonai Yahuwah, because they laid you waste, and swallowed you up on every side, so that you became the possession of the rest of the nations, and you are taken up by the lips of talkers, and slandered by the people. Therefore, O mountains of Israel, hear the word of Yahuwah. Thus said Adonai Yahuwah to the mountains, and to the hills, and to the rivers, and to the valleys, and to the deserted ruins, and to the cities that have been forsaken, which became a prey and a mocking to the rest of the nations all around. Therefore, thus said Adonai Yahuwah, have I not spoken in my burning jealousy against the rest of the nations, and against all Edom, who give my land to themselves as a possession, with all joy of heart, with scorn in their being, to drive it out for prey? Therefore prophesy concerning the land of Israel. And you shall say to mountains, and to hills, and to rivers, and to valleys, Thus said Adonai Yahuwah, See, I have spoken in my jealousy, in my wrath, because you have borne the shame of the nations. Therefore, thus said Adonai Yahuwah, I have lifted up my hand in oath, that the nations that are around you shall bear their own shame. But you, O mountains of Israel, put forth your branches, and bear your fruit to my people Israel, for they are about to come. For look, I am for you, and I should turn to you, and you shall be tilled and sown, and I should increase men upon you, all the house of Israel, all of it, and the cities shall be inhabited, and the ruins rebuilt. And I shall increase upon you men and beasts, and they should increase and bear young. And I should make you inhabitant as of old, and do better for you than at your beginnings. And you should know that I am Yahuwah, and I should let men, my people Israel, walk upon you, and let them possess you, and you shall be their inheritance, and no longer let you add to their bereavement. Thus said Adonai Yahuwah, because they said to you, You devour men, and have bereaved your nation. Therefore you shall no longer devour men, and no longer bereave your nation, declares Adonai Yahuwah. And no longer shall I let you hear the insults of the nations, and the reproach of the peoples you shall bear no more, and no longer cause your nations to stumble, declares Adonai Yahuwah. And the word of Yahuwah came to me, saying, Son of man, when the house of Israel dwelt in their own land, they defiled by their own ways and deeds. To me their way was like the uncleanness of the woman in her monthly period. So I poured out my wrath on them for the blood they had shed on the land. And for their idols they defiled it. And I scattered them among the nations, and they were dispersed throughout the lands. I have judged them according to their ways and their deeds. And when they came to the nations, wherever they went, they profaned my set-apart name, for it was said of them, Thus are the people of Yahuwah, and yet they have gone out of his land. But I had compassion on my set-apart name, which the house of Israel had profaned among the nations wherever they went. Therefore say to the house of Israel, Thus said Adonai Yahuwah, I do not do this for your sake, O house of Israel, but for my set-apart name's sake, which you have profaned among the nations, wherever you went. And I shall set apart my great name, which has been profaned among the nations, which you have profaned in their midst. And the nations shall know that I am Yahuwah, declares Adonai Yahuwah, when I am set apart in you before their eyes. And I should take you from among the nations, and I should gather you out of the lands, and I should bring you into your own land. And I should sprinkle clean water on you, and you shall be clean from all your filthiness, and from all your idols I cleanse you. And I should give you a new heart, and put a new ruach within you. And I should take the heart of stone out of your flesh, and I should give you a heart of flesh, and put my ruach within you, and I should cause you to walk in my laws, and guard my right rulings. I shall do them. And you shall dwell in a land that I gave you to your fathers, and you shall be a gift to your fathers, and you shall be my people, and I shall be your Elohim, and I should save you from all your uncleanness, and I should call for the grain and increase, and I should bring no scarcity of food upon you, and I should increase the fruit of your trees and the increase of your fields, so that you need never again bear the reproach of scarcity of food among the nations. And you shall remember your evil ways and your deeds that were no good, and you shall love yourselves in your own eyes for your crookedness and your abominations. Not for your sake I'm acting, declares Adonai Yahuwah. Let it be known to you. Be ashamed and blush for your ways, O house of Israel. Thus said Adonai Yahuwah, on the day that I cleanse you from all your crookedness, I should cause the cities to be inhabited, and the ruined place shall be rebuilt, and the land that was laid waste filled, instead of being a ruin before the eyes of all who pass by. And I shall say, Thus land that was laid waste has become like the garden of Adan, and the wasted and deserted and destroyed cities are now walled and inhabited. Then the nations which are left all around, you shall know that I am Yahuwah. Yahuwah have rebuilt the destroyed places and planted what was laid waste. I, Yahuwah, have spoken it, and I shall do it. Thus said Adonai Yahuwah, once again I should let the house of Israel inquire of me. To do for them, I should increase their men like a flock, as a set-apart flock, as the flock at Jerusalem at her appointed times. So shall the wasted cities be filled with flocks of men, and they shall know that I am Yahuwah. Wow, such a bright future, isn't it? Wow, Yahuwah should put the heart of flesh. We change your heart from stone to flesh. Wow. And I show you, and I read it again, something amazing here. I want to read this again so you get it, beloved. Because this is very important. People actually miss this. I read those two verses, 26 and 27. And I shall give you a new heart and put a new ruach within you. And I shall take the heart of stone out of your flesh and shall give you a heart of flesh. And put my ruach within you, and I should cause you to walk in my laws, and guard my right rulings, and I should do them. Who shall do them, the right rulings? Yahuwah. So the heart of stone, see, and I should take the heart of stone out of your flesh, and I should give you a heart of flesh. And here, Yahuwah says that, and I shall cause you to walk in my laws and guard my right rulings, and I shall do them. Who is going to do that? Yahuwah will live in you. In me, he should be here. He will be obedient. He will do the right rulings in you. It says he will. And here, my right rulings, and shall do them. In my laws and guard my rulings, and shall do them. So again, and I should cause you to walk in my laws and guard my rulings, and shall do them. Because Yahuwah is doing it. It's not us doing this. It's up to him to do that, okay? It's him putting his laws in our hearts, that we will walk in them. We're not doing it. He is doing it. How is that? So it's all him doing it. He is changing our hearts. He's saying, and I should take you from among the nations here, and I should, where it is, and I should give you a new heart. We're not doing it. He is doing it. He is changing our hearts. He is renewing our ruach. He is putting his laws, Yahuwah's laws, in our hearts, in our beings. So he will do the right rulings through us, because we will have the law in our hearts, Yahuwah's law. It's an amazing chapter. It's so much to say here. Are you having the heart of flesh already? How is to have the heart of flesh and Yahuwah's law in your heart and do them? It's there are people probably out here, the few people when they know what I'm saying. I'm not perfect, I'm a sinner, but it's not about that. I don't deserve anything what I received. But when you have the heart of flesh and the Yahuwah's ruach in you, you won't even function like you used to. You'll see everything differently. It's like a new life, like you will just wake up from the dream. None of the things which you've been doing in flesh you will like to do again. They will all mean to you nothing. If I have, Yahuwah tells me now, speak all day, I will speak all day. Speak his word, of course. I won't care if I eat or drink, but he will make sure that I'm filled, I'm nourished, because I'm the vessel. It's like you have tools in your shed, or women have, the ladies, we have different things like mixers, blenders, food processors and all those things, small equipment, big equipment for different things. You keep them clean, right? And you look after them, because if you don't wash them, or they filthy, or you put them in a place where uh, you know, they squash and they just break. You take care of them. If they do good work for you, right? You take care of them. So is Yahuwah, right? If you do, because that's like we are the tools. We should be the tools in Yahuwah's hands. So he takes care, because we do the work, so he looks after you. It's conditional. He loves us. But now we as children, and the time is coming when he needs his people to be his tools. So his plan will be fulfilled. And he is giving orders. The tools not getting together and work for what they want to do. No, he controls each of the tools himself directly. So are you a tool yet, ready to go, already in use? I can't see tool walking on its own and saying, wait, I have to do something else. Have you seen something like this in your kitchen or in your shed? In your toolbox, when tool walks away and says, wait, I'm not ready yet? Yahuwah is looking after us. And those good tools, he cares for them, he nourishes them, he anoints them, puts the ointment, puts all the good stuff, and make sure we work, we have enough. Anyway, that's for today. Yeah, this is what it is. If you expect that you are more than that, none of us is more than that. This is a lot. This is honor for us to be a tool. I'd rather be a tool than this is the only option for me. I hope you think the same. That's our decision. We have a free will, beloved. Yahuwah bless.